We're joined by Fran Wilson. Fran, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, good.
Quite a special place. We're in the women's changing rooms that's been dedicated to the women's team. As their head coach, what does this mean to you?
Yeah, it means a hell of a lot, actually. I think when I was playing, it's something you could only dream of. Like, when I got my first locker in my last season, it was like the best thing ever. So to know that players who are not even professional yet get this access to fantastic facilities is incredible, and it's great that we've got our own space. It's going to help us perform and be the team we want to be.
It is very exciting seeing all these names. It makes you feel really proud to be a Gloucestershire fan. And as you walk into this space, there's our journey message with lots of pictures from last year, as well as a picture of yourself in England, which I'm sure you are not too shy about. But it's that journey that we're on as a Gloucestershire team to Tier 1, and we gave a little bit of a disappointing result against Middlesex. What's that next step on the journey? How do we recover?
Well, firstly, had nothing to do with my picture being up on the wall, but it is a really nice gesture. Secondly, in terms of where we're at right now, so surface of it, obviously we've lost our first 2 games. There's a lot of perspective to be had there, so 2 of the toughest opponents in the league. And just referring to, away from home as well, but referring to what you're saying about our journey and how it's referenced on the wall, it's a really important message for us. I'm here to put in place foundations which are going to make us a really good team over time. And that might be instant success, but it also might not be. So what we're doing now is really working hard with the players to make sure we've got all those foundations in place so we can be as successful as possible. And there were some really, really good things coming out of those games. I think we could have won that first one. And some really good learnings in the second one. Some good starts with the bat and some really good signs with the ball as well. So yeah, we're in a really good place. I'm really happy with how the team's tracking.
Fans will be definitely seeing that improvement in those first 2 games. That Glamorgan game was such a tight run affair. So there are so many positives to take from it. One of the biggest positives from the Middlesex game was Chloe Brewer, who was signed in, officially announced on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday scored a 50, the first 50 of the summer for Gloucestershire women, and then took 2 wickets with her first 2 balls. That's simply incredible. How impressed were you with her performance?
Yeah, really, really impressed. And I've known Chloe for a few years now, and that's why I was so keen to get her in, because she's a brilliant player, but also has got so much experience behind her. So having her in our team, it just it moves across the rest of the team, the way she does things, the way she bats, the way she runs between the wickets, the way she hits the ball. And it's just going to push us forward to where we want to be. Like, the players now have a role model within us. We're like, I can be like her. So yeah, I'm really glad we got that loan across the line, because it's going to push us forwards.
Well, it was a very strong performance on the debut. We switch modes now, go from the One-Day Cup to the T20 Cup, and we face Cornwall. How does the team look to switch modes from the different formats?
Yeah, so the way I see T20 is, obviously there is difference, but ultimately the fundamentals of the game and playing what's in front of you is the same. So yes, we will be providing some structure within training today about, right, how are we going to go about this? Where do we want to be? What are our plans? But ultimately, as I said before, I'm putting the foundations in place that our players can play what's ever in front of them, no matter what the format is. So there's that side to it, but there's also that side to, like, right, what are our plans this Sunday?
And how important is this cup competition compared to the relative vitality boost, the regular, which we've seen last year? How important is this cup?
I see it as really, really important, because the difference is we have the aspiration to then play against Tier 1 teams, which obviously we don't get in the Blast, which is obviously a great tournament as well. But that aspiration to look forwards to, like, right, we can compete against these Tier 1 teams, we can see where we're at, and we can also learn from what they're doing. So for me, this is a really important competition. We get extra games if we get through as well, which at this level, like, we don't play loads of cricket. So that incentive of more cricket, more opportunity is really, really good for me. So yeah, we will be coming out all guns blazing on Sunday.
And is that the message? Because Cornwall is a Tier 3 team, we're a Tier 2 team aiming to play Tier 1 teams. How do you look to avoid being a cup upset?
Yeah, we just play whatever's in front of us. We obviously always do our prep for our opposition. We look who we're playing against. But ultimately, it always comes back to us, and everything that we prepare for, the framing is like, right, how can we do better? What is our best options here moving forward? So, look, whoever we play against, we're looking to compete and we're looking to battle right to the end, and that never changes.
Thank you very much for that.
No problem.